use the topics related with politics, sex, and religion. You should keep your mic on mute mode and mobile also in mute mode. To preside over today's meeting, we have a very vibrant and multi-talented Toastmaster Dr. Sheetal Agarwal. Toastmaster Dr. Sheetal Agarwal is a doctor by profession, and she is based at Jubail as on date. She has a quality to motivate others, including ourselves. We have learned lots of good things from Toastmaster Dr. Sheetal Agarwal. So please, I request you all to join with me to welcome Toastmaster Dr. Sheetal Agarwal to preside over today's meeting. Toastmaster Dr. Sheetal Agarwal, welcome to you.
Hello. Thank you, Toastmaster Abid. Am I audible? Yeah. Thank you, Toastmaster Abid, for the wonderful introduction and giving a great start to the meeting. One thing I like most about the Toastmaster Abid, though he is located in the Jeddah, he always makes sure to attend all the meetings with a great enthusiasm. Dear Arabians and the Periyarians, here and those who have joined us through the Zoom platform, the respected guests, very warm good evening to each one of you. Good evening. I welcome you all to the Arabian Toastmasters Club meeting number 477 and the Periyar Toastmasters Club meeting number 318. I truly appreciate and thank to each one of you for your time to join this meeting of the joint meeting of the Arabian Toastmasters Club and the Periyar Toastmasters Club. To be honest, I am extremely delighted to see the meeting hall full of the audience and the respected guests, which will definitely motivate all the speakers and all the role players to do a great justice with their assignment. Now I would like to introduce my guest. I have Madam Iman. She recently joined the Toastmasters. She is the member of Jubail Voice Toastmasters Club. After she joined the Toastmasters Club, this is her first physical meeting. Welcome ma'am to this meeting. Thank you. I have one more guest, is Toastmaster Angela. She is also a member of Jubail Voice Toastmasters Club. She finished up her YLP, and after the YLP, now recently she has joined the Toastmasters Club, and for her too, this is the first meeting. And I'm glad to say her first meeting, she has accepted the role of evaluator. Welcome ma'am. Now I request the members, please introduce your guest if you have any.
Sure, we have Mr. Raji, who is an accomplished singer who is attending.
Any more guests to be introduced? Do we have any online guests? Mr. Adil? Yeah. I have one more guest, Mr. Adil. Though I met her today for the first time, I am in continuous contact with him through the WhatsApp messages or calls since last 2 months. He is very much inclined to join the Toastmasters Club, but since we got his number, we were quite busy with the annual club contest, and we couldn't invite him personally for any physical meeting. Welcome, Mr. Adil. Once again, I welcome you all to this special joint meeting of the Arabian Toastmasters Club and the Periyar Toastmasters Club. Dear Toastmasters and guests, can someone give me the quote related to unity. When you heard the word unity, there are many quotes on the unity. Anyone of you would like to?
Unity in diversity.
Okay.
Unity of thoughts, words, and deeds.
Okay.
Stand beside.
Okay. These are the quotes related to unity.
United we stand, divided we fall.
Yeah.
Oh, good. And what feelings come in your mind when you hear the word unity?
Unity, diversity.
Unity is love and safety.
Love and safety. Great. Comfort. Strength. Any more?
Happiness.
Great. I was waiting for this answer. So it's agreed that whenever we heard the word unity, we feel the happiness. I really want to add few more quotes in the unity. If you want to go far, go fast, go alone. But if you want to go far, go together. United we stand, divided we fall. And it is agreed by all that happiness is one of the feelings. Yes, so great. So it's clear that we people should always stand together, because unity not only gives you a strength, but it is also important for the survival. And not only for the human beings, even for the animals it works. Because the animals who stays together, they are stronger. It's very easy to hunt a single animal, but it's not easy to hunt when the animals are in group. So you all must be aware about a story where a father calls his 4 sons, right? And gave one stick to each one of them and asked them to break it. All 4 easily broke the stick. But when he asked them to break all sticks together, they failed to do so. But hence father said, if you all 4 brothers will stay together just like those sticks, then no one can ever harm you and can never break you. We all know this story since ages. Maybe our grandfathers, great-grandfathers heard this story from their ancestors. But recently we witnessed the implementation of this story. Can anyone give me an example that if anyone noticed that where this story is implemented?
Today's meeting.
Today's meeting, great. Anyone?
Online meetings.
The farmers that strike they won because of unity.
Okay, great, sir.
The country USSR, all the states together, they stood and it was a strong country. Now USSR, it's completely spoiled and the countries are in different, they are fighting each other.
Yes, ma'am, great example. Okay, let me move ahead. The best implementation of this story, when the pandemic hit the world badly, these all 4 brothers came together. And these 4 brothers were medical staff, security forces, administration personnel, and the responsible citizens. They had came together and worked for the betterment of the humankind, isn't it? This shows that staying together, survival becomes easy. And the Toastmasters is no different than the world. Hence, the Arabian Toastmasters Club and the Periyar Toastmasters Club came together for the better survival, for the better opportunity of learning and sharing knowledge. With this, now I would like to invite the Periyar Toastmaster DJ Harish Bhargava to share a word with us. Over to you.
Thank you, ma'am, and of course, thanks from the bottom of my heart. Yes, this is a difficult time, and the best way of survival is to join hands. And thank you for reaching out. In fact, we share a lot in common between Periyar as well as Arabian. Arabian is the mother club of Periyar. So when we join together with Arabians, a kind of homecoming feeling for us. And one more thing, I know Arabian experts in Dubai, and I consider you as the thought leaders on when it comes to Toastmasters. Therefore, I am taking this opportunity to put some challenging questions in French. And I have my own solutions, but do not accept them. Just think about it and find your own solutions. And in case you happen to agree, please feel free to adopt this. Now, thing is, I joined Toastmasters in the year 2009, and I was in Saudi Toastmasters, and you know, in corporate clubs, there will be no speakers. And I joined Elite Toastmasters Club as well. And in 2012, I went to Bahrain. And when I reached Bahrain, I joined the Toastmasters Club. And when I was supposed to introduce, they asked me how many speeches have you done. I said 28. There was a collective gasp in that hall. And then one person was very senior, the senior most person there, was very aged and very gentle. He came and very respectfully asked, Mr. Harish, I have done only 15 speeches. How many eligible to evaluate your speech? I felt like a big shock. And then for the next 2 years, when I was in that, when I didn't go to delivering any more speeches, and then I came back to Dubai and I joined Periyar Toastmasters Club. And in the first meeting, they asked me to do the role of timer. I felt insulted. And happily, my family was on visit at the time, so I asked my wife to be, you be the timer, I will be your crowd coach. I sat next to her and I did the job of timer, but in my mind, I modified myself. I am not great. Now, is there a problem? Now, when I think back, I think it was very much wrong on my part. I feel ashamed. I shouldn't share. I shouldn't say ashamed. I must say I am beaten. Yes. Last week, I attended another Toastmasters Club meeting. It was a contest, and they said they sent me an SOS. They said they want judges, and they said there will be contestants. And finally, I arranged for 4 judges, and then I saw that there were only 3 contestants. So one of the judges I allowed.
Hello.
Good evening. The video has got stuck.
Can somebody call, ma'am?
I think they have logged out. Maybe they will log in again.
United States of America, Toastmasters are looking at this. Turkish today jumped at that opportunity, but I had in mind, I had kept a backup. Can you imagine who was our backup timer? None other than the senior most participating member of Periyar Toastmasters was the contemporary of Barack Obama as president of Periyar Toastmasters, Mr. Manoj Singh. So I think let's start taking up all these roles because each and every one of these roles, they are really enjoyable, that give us a feeling of fulfilled happiness. And if we have forgotten the time, we did the wrong time, it is time for us to get back and experience that once again. And
Always on feature.
I think I had something more to say. Let us.
That's enough for today.
That's enough for today. So let me put a challenge to Toastmaster. I don't know, some considers also a famous senior Toastmaster take up a lot of time on next time.
Sure.
Okay.
I'll do that. Just confirm that they are able to hear us. Uh, Toastmaster Ravish Malbani, are you able to hear us?
Yeah, we are able to hear you properly.
Actually, we are not able to hear the mic properly.
And a note for the new Toastmasters and the waking up note for the senior Toastmasters. Thank you. Now it's time to enter into the education session of the day. To lead the education session of today, we have Toastmaster Aditya Mantri as a Toastmaster of the day. I must say he is the youngest member of our club, an engineering final year student studying at the NIT Allahabad. Recently, he got placement at the Oracle FinTech through the campus selection. It's just 6 months he has joined the Toastmasters. Still, he is the international speech champion for the Arabian Toastmasters Club. For the human speech contest. Third place winner for the table topics contest. 2 months, in the month of January and the February, he was so much passionate to participate in the international speech contest that in 2 months he has completed his level 3, right from the icebreaker till the level 3. Club. Let me invite our young, dynamic and charismatic leader, Toastmaster Aditya Mantri.
It is because of these words of Madam President that I feel confident in front of so much eminent speakers in front of me. So, fellow Toastmasters and guests, it is my privilege and pleasure to welcome you all to yet another lovely evening at the Arabian Toastmasters and the Periyar Toastmasters joint meeting. Good evening.
Good evening.
So I'm your host today and would like to begin today's meeting by extending my hearty congratulations to all the participants of the club contest and the winners who we look forward to making us proud in the upcoming area contest. Now coming to the theme of the day, which is how I wish. Isn't it something which we all ponder upon when we have at some point or the other during the day? You know, I'll begin with mine. My how I wish is to get that stunning six-packs app, which hopefully I do not have. And that is the reason why the wish in dictionary is called as a feeling or expression of a strong desire or hope for something that cannot or probably will not happen. Now you know how getting those apps is for a foodie like me is a wish. In short, wish means a longing that sometimes has no chances of happening. It is not wrong to say that every person in the world harbors some wish, some sort of wish. How I wish to be smart, or how I wish to be rich, or how I wish to be famous. These innate wishes of a man make it sometimes interesting turn throughout the history. Right now, how I wish, these three words play an important part making the business model for the natural beauty and the pageants, and also for the commercialized products. You know how? All right, so we'll dive into it. Every person on the earth wishes to be creative. Apple figured it out and promoted their product with the tools of creative people who think different. And now we have people in the entire world lining up to buy the Apple products, thinking they are creative. And how many of you are creative here? Pretty much all. Coca-Cola captured the people's wish to be happy, and we now open a bottle of Coke when their friends or relatives come to our houses, and what do we expect? Open happiness. L'Oreal went a step ahead. You know, especially women's wish to feel valued in their lives, that they matter. And hence you have the advertisement that asking you to buy the L'Oreal products so that you are worth it. Whether these brands help or make a wish to is debatable, but if you ever found yourself wishing to be a good public speaker, you are at the right place, my friend. We here at Toastmasters have definitely seen many of our members' wish coming true. And we'll dig more into the history of how I wish, fancies of man later, but now let me dig into the working of a Toastmasters for our new guests and for our new members. Today's meeting will be divided into 3 parts. First, the prepared speeches, where the speakers have already prepared to give you some of the good time for 5 to 7 minutes. And next, we have the interesting and fun-filled table topic session, where it will be an impromptu speaking styles for 1 to 2 minutes. And then finally, the most important, in my opinion, the evaluation session for today, which will be taken care by the general evaluator. Having said that, let me invite our general evaluator for the day, DTM Seema Shivu, who is a teacher by profession and considers public speaking to be one of her prime hobbies. Her How I Wish is a world where all girls are educated and empowered. DTM Seema Shivu.
Good evening, everyone, once again. To observe and evaluate, my role as today is to observe and evaluate everything from the beginning to end of the meeting and to lead a constructive evaluation session when called upon to do so. I shall wrap up all the ended proceedings of this meeting and combining good practices and indicating areas of requiring improvements when this TM body point.
Thank you, DTM Shivu. So next, all right, we need to have a applause. At Toastmasters, we have a noble intention that all attendees learn to express themselves confidently. And as we speak, we tend to use improper grammar and form incorrect sentences. That's why at Toastmasters, we have a grammarian, which for today is DTM Shivu Xavier, who is a passionate Toastmasters and whose How I Wish is a world of people living in harmony and happiness. Help me welcome DTM Shivu Xavier to introduce the word of the day and explain his role.
Yes, Toastmasters and podium is a close relation. Toastmaster of the day, the Toastmasters, and welcome guests. A pleasant good evening to one and all.
Good evening.
I have given role to play this evening, the word master and the moderator. As the word master, my task to introduce the word and motivate everyone to use it. Since we all are communicators, knowing and learning more words and its usage is a necessity. As a matter of fact, English language is constantly growing. This because of new words are being introduced from technology, science, finance, and even more from foreign languages. Today, I'm going to introduce the word accelerate. It's not new word, actually, but the usage is comparatively less. Accelerate is an adjective form. Acceleration, now, and acceleratingly is an adverb, meaning stimulate, to make cheerful or merry. Today's we are sharing our happiness afterward. And the synonyms are making you feel extremely happy, excited, full of energy. Antonyms: boring, depressing, unstimulating, worrying. Examples: the combined meeting exhilarated both Arabians and Periyarians. The next one is very important. Example: if you want to attract new members, make sure your meetings are exhilarating. And for Toastmasters, try to use Accelerate for your assignments and future communications. As grammarian, I will be carefully listening all the speeches and note down the good usages, colorful phrases, and of course the not so good usages. I shall present my report at the end of the evaluation session when called upon by the general evaluator. Over to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you, BTM Shivu Xavier, for introducing such an exhilarating word of the day. And I would urge all the speakers to embrace it verbally. Moving on, among us, we also have a Toastmaster who is silently sitting, paying close attention to your speech and noting down your usage of Hindi alphabets like A, E, U. And that is none other than Toastmaster Ravish Malpani, who will be the art counter for today, who is a passionate and a work-driven person right now. And his wish, his take on the how I wish, is that how I wish to enjoy each and every Toastmasters meeting. Over to you, Toastmaster Ravish Malpani.
Greetings, Toastmaster of the day, fellow Toastmasters, and dear guests. Welcome to this exhilarating meeting, a joint meeting. The purpose of the R counter is to note words and sounds that are used as crutches or pause fillers by anyone who speaks. During the meeting, I will listen to the overused words, including and, well, but, so, you know. I will also listen to the filler sounds, including I will also note when a speaker repeats a word or a phrase, such as this means. At the end of the meeting, I'll report the number of times each speaker used these expressions. Thank you, and over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ravish Malpani. In Toastmasters, we value time. We believe that to become an effective communicator, a person should be able to express his or her own thought in the given amount of time. And that's the reason we have a timer. Toastmaster Rakesh Pillai, who is a mechanical engineer working as a quality manager in GTech calibration company, and his how I wish is a world without nuclear weapons. Toastmaster Rakesh Pillai.
Thank you, David. Toastmaster of the day, fellow Toastmasters, distinguished guests, one good evening to all.
Good evening.
Firstly, I should thank DTM Harish Kumar for accelerating the role of timer. And this was a perfect date. My role as a timer is to record the time for each prepared speeches, table topics, speech, and evaluation speech. When called upon, I will give a brief report of times for each category and announce names of qualified speakers based on time limits.
Thank you. Now let us invite yet another key player of today's hybrid meeting, that is the Zoom master of today, Toastmasters Sheetal, to explain her role. She is a charismatic and a dynamic leader, dentist by profession, and a vibrant president of our Arabian Toastmasters Club. Her how I wish is to remain positive and hopeful in any unpleasant scenarios. Toastmasters Sheetal.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the day, for that wonderful introduction. Good evening once again. My goal as a Zoom master is to support this meeting technically, admit the members who join us online, and spotlight the speakers who are speaking. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmasters Sheetal. Finally, let me invite the board counter for today, Toastmaster Sabu, to explain her role. Please explain your role.
Toastmaster of the day, fellow Toastmasters, yes, lovely children, and what as a founder, I will collect the ballots when the audience asks for the best speaker, best evaluator, and best trending topic speaker. And at the end of the meeting, I will announce and award ribbons for the best speaker. Over to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sabu. That finishes the introduction to my today's team of assignees. And please, let's again give them a big round of applause. So without further ado, it's time we jump right into the educational session with prepared speeches. And shall we? Yes. So our first speaker tonight is Toastmaster Sushil Gupta, who will be attempting his first project in Pathways Level 1. He is usually a quiet person, but firmly speaks out loud during important discussions. He hails from UP, Uttar Pradesh, and currently works in Saudi. His how I wish would be for Saudi Arabia to have more tourist-friendly weather like Europe. The evaluator for the speech is Toastmaster Angela Singh. Toastmaster Angela Singh, could you please read out the objectives of his speech?
Good evening, everyone. I'm the evaluator for the icebreaker speech, and the objective of this speech is for the person to introduce himself or herself to this club.
Thank you, Toastmaster Angela Singh. I would like to call now Toastmaster Sushil Gupta.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you. Just one second. We'll have that mic plugged in.
Am I audible? Thank you, Toastmaster Aditya. Good evening.
Good evening.
To all of you, fellow Toastmasters and distinguished guests. Hope my speech will accelerate all of you. Myself, Sushil Gupta, pushing the earth down by around 90 kg of force. Hope I'm trying to reduce it. Color may not be very attractive for men. It has become the favorite color of my wife. I have one wife. I have 2 kids. This is very special. Number is very special in context to Saudi Arabia. However, I'm fully complying to Indian standard. You know, last year, Vipa sent me their electronic cards. One for mine, one for my kid, Anna Gupta, and one for my daughter, Arna Gupta. And 4th one for my wife, one. In the relation, it was written wife one, Archana Gupta. It was very difficult for me to explain her what does that mean. Now I complained it to Vipa. Next year they send me new cards, and for 3 of us, this was fine. And again, now this time they corrected their mistake. Now in the relation, it was written wife. but name is changed to Sama. I don't know what is the intention for my family. Okay. When I was in college, engineering or doctor was the trend. And I chose engineering because doctor was so boring for me. But now I'm associated with one of those. My wife's brother and his wife is a doctor. And now I cannot dare that to say that it's boring. As usual, for every middle person, I was also dreaming of becoming multimillionaire quickly. And the first option was to get a good job in multinational company. I was not that fortunate enough. However, I got a job in a national company, but with a state level pay scale. And my dream shattered. But you know, where there is a will, there is a way. I tried hard and hard, and I got a job in a very reputed world scale company, and that was Reliance Industries. My bank balance started increasing, but not at a pace where my goals can be achieved in few years. So I need to explore another options. And yes, there was another option that in those days available for the North Indian guys. I think you are guessing right. It was marriage. But you know, the day I started talking to my fiancée and coming closer to her, my goals started going away. The day I got married to her, my dream shattered because you know, the fortune favors the brave, and I was not the one that is. Anyway, now our goals, my goal has become the goal for both of us, and she kept me pushing hard and hard to achieve our goal, and this is why we came to Saudi Arabia. And finally, we achieved our goal here. This was one part of the story. Another thing about me that I have delivered so many presentations to large audiences and participated in various competitions and won some of those. But when I came to Saudi Arabia, it was a different world. And I realized that I still need to improve my communication and public speaking skills. And I need to make a better version of myself. And hence, I joined this Toastmasters Club. This is all about me. Thank you.
That was indeed a very humorous and very self-warming speech. Thank you so much, Toastmaster. Our second speaker tonight is Toastmaster. Am I audible? Yeah. Our second speaker tonight is Toastmaster Anjali, and she's attempting her second project in Pathways Level 1. She is an MSc graduate and enjoying motherhood currently. How I wish is that her life must move on without any obstacle and must conform to her plans. The evaluator for her speech today is DTM Harish Bhagavan. DTM Harish Bhagavan, can you please read out the objectives of her speech?
Thank you. The objectives of Toastmaster Anjali's speech is to present a speech on any topic, receive feedback, and apply the feedback to a second speech. All the best to the speaker.
Thank you, Toastmaster. Over to you, Toastmaster Anjali Kumar.
Words leaves off, music begins. Fellow Toastmasters and eminent guests, good evening to one and all. Music has taken up every single heart of a person. It inspires us a lot. It has emotions, feelings, and a life in it. Well, we all have a favorite set of music and a playlist for us. When I was young, and might be some of when you're also young, the social media wasn't that active. I still remember in order to hear our favorite set of music, we had to wait until the radio or the TV to telecast it. It's not same nowadays. Social media has taken up. We do have a mobile phone to save our favorite playlist of songs and replay it whenever we feel like. I have a different taste to music. It depends on my mood. It might be same for everyone too. What makes a change like that? How it helps our mind? You might have watched the movie Tare Zameen Par. If you are a true human, I would say that it would definitely make tears on your eyes. That's it. Music has the ability to take our heart, even our soul. Likewise, there are different tastes, feelings, much more music can do. It might be because of a particular singer or a musician or the instrument it is used. During our childhood, during temple or church festival occasion, in order to create the mood or the ambience, the high volume sounds from the temple inviting us to, that is, in order to make in our mind a festive mood. And the ambience it created was well, it's still now it's calling in our ears. Everything do well with music. Then, looking towards our school during annual functions, apart from anything, the particular feel that it creates on students, it will be the sound of the song. That is the goosebumps creating because of the high volumes. This indeed never changed when we moved to our college life. Whenever there was a concert or a party making over, music takes over first. Even a welcoming song with a beautiful prayer song and ending up with a beautiful national anthem. The perfect vibe it's creating us. In college tech fest, that is during in our college days, we usually invite some singers or musician for the college tech fest. It will be 2 hours program and it will be well utilized. They all are really mental relief or stress relief program during that time. And unfortunately, we came up with dancing out of excitation. I guess I'm not a bad singer. Even I used to sing at times. Whenever a favorite song is played, we everyone, it's most of the cases, every people do. They will sing louder along with the music and because the energy it's creating on us. Social media has a great impact on songs nowadays. Nowadays, Instagram reels, might every youngsters or others also can know that 2 3 lines, catchy words, maybe some tunes that can take up our minds. And everyone is following one single trending song and one after other millions and millions of views. This is how new generation music goes on. Music has got certain values in our life. It creates less pain on us. It has a universal language and in which everyone can understand. It keeps our mind fresh and energetic. Musical therapy has proved that it would heal the wounds of many. What music tells us or what music speaks to us is important. We cannot imagine a world without music. We have heard the phrase music to someone's ears, in which that something that someone is very happy to hear. When I first heard the small sounds my son has made, it was the best music ever to me. And the comforting sound of my dad when I was right and when he was wrong, and he tries to make with eminent expensive gifts. The sound of a friend who calls out and it's out of blue, keeping and chatting for hours. It's more over than a music. For me, For me, not only for me, but also for everyone. When we started growing up, the music, that is, the taste of our music will change. At times, it will be fast numbers, and later on, it will move to slow and meaningful songs. Some of the favorite, that is, these days, my favorite songs, it is like lullaby songs, because I have to be with that, because I have to make my kids sleep. So I'm forced to hear those songs, and these are my favorite list now. And one of the habits is to identify the ragas of the song. You might have heard about the song, the famous song Harivarasana, and it's based on Madhyamavadi raga. And it's, that is, some ragas will make us happy, some ragas will make out tears out of our eyes, while some can be light-hearted and some can be heavy. My dad has an avid music. My dad is an avid music lover, and he has a profound knowledge about this, and he enlightened me with his knowledge. It's my dream to improve my singing skills and sing my heart out. That's all. Over to you, TM.
Thank you, Toastmaster Anthony, for sharing with us the depth behind the music. Our third speaker tonight is Toastmaster Arun Vasan. He's attending his final project in Barclays Level 5. He is an extremely friendly, straightforward, and a loving person who believes that in love, all serve all. His How I Wish is a world where we all listen more, talk less. A world where destructive and excessive greed does not exist. The evaluator for his speech today is DTM Manoj Nair. DTM Manoj Nair, can you please read out the objective of his speech?
Toastmaster of the day.
Yes, sir.
Toastmaster of the day, fellow Toastmasters and DTM, Toastmaster who was in particular. A very warm good evening to all. Toastmaster Arun Vasan is accelerating the pathway 1, level 5. That's the final speech of that pathway. And the purpose of this speech project is of the member to practice developing and presenting a longer speech. The time allotted is 18 to 22 minutes. All the best to Toastmaster Arun Vasan.
Help me welcome Toastmaster Arun Vasan, whose speech topic is Ceiling on Desire. Ceiling on Desire, Toastmaster Arun Vasan.
Am I audible?
Yes.
Life is all about having from desire to desirelessness. And the richest person is one who doesn't have any desires. So I have my first slide. I gave you
First slide. Yeah.
So my Toastmaster of the day, because Toastmaster is the ongoing problem. Let's get one. I'll start with a simple question for all of you, and from there we'll continue our presentation. We have heard these words very frequently. The words are joy, second one is pleasure, the third one is bliss. So I leave to you, and someone tell me what's the difference between these three. I'll go with Harish. He's my best friend now.
This, I think, it's kind of ecstasy. Between joy, I'm not very clear about joy, but pleasure, I think it's more related to materialistic kind of experience.
Anyone else here?
Joy and pleasure momentary, this is like an eternal bliss.
All right. Anyone else would like to volunteer? All right, I'll go for it. Now, what I'm going to say is not exactly something written in the Bible or something which is very common. but it's something which I believe in 100%. Now, if you take the case of joy or happiness, which is one the same, it is when your mind is satisfied, you feel that happiness. For example, if I say that I need to buy a house or I need to buy a car, then that is what is happiness or joy all about. The moment you see your house or your car, you feel that sense of happiness. When it comes to pleasure, it's purely depends on your senses. When you see something in your eyes, like you see a ice cream, you feel like eating it. So that's what is very temporary. Music you want to listen, or you want to binge watch on Netflix. That's when, as long as your senses are satisfied, you'll be in that mode of pleasure. The moment it is completed, you're done with it. But this is what I feel is the ultimate thing. It's the addiction someone should always go for. So what is bliss is something when anything which touches your heart. Or what touches your heart is if you ever get something which I call as tears of joy, then that's where you feel that blissful moment. Now, in my life, I have always tried to advocate that most of our activities are pretty selfish. We take care of our family, we take care of our kids, and we take care of our wives and and that's where we think the life kinds of ends. But believe me, the day you start serving others, when you really help others, and in the joy or the bliss that you get out of it, that is the ultimate seduction. I can use that word. That's the ultimate addiction someone can go for. So am I clear on these three things? Is my mind irritating you?
No, it's clear.
Okay. So is it clear? What's the difference between joy, pleasure, and this? Any act or any activity that we involve ourselves in, we need to first find out what part of it that we are in what state we are. Right now, probably I am in blissful state because I am doing something which I truly love. Because I feel when I share my knowledge, it's like the ultimate thing. And most of you know that I take classes for kids. I have been doing it for more than 10 years now. I have spent a number of hours on that. And that is like most satisfying for me. All right, let's go to this next slide. Any idea what this is all about? All right. This is from a book which is called The Taming of Monkey Mind by Dr. Phil Spitzer. Here, this is the classic way a monkey is planning. There is this jar with an arrow opening, kind of sweet or peanuts are put inside there, and the monkey puts its hand inside it, and then it grabs that peanuts and sweet, and it doesn't let it go. And if you try to make it on a bigger scale, and if you try to relate it personally, you will find that that pot is nothing but our life. The peanuts or the dishes you see are only our desires. And the hand is nothing but us. Once we get hold of these desires, we never ever come out of it. We are like stuck to it. And we kind of, miss the beauty of life. Now, my brother here in his opening speech, he talked about apple, laurel, and all those things. Nothing wrong. I am totally in favor of it. We need to have that kind of an ambition. We need to have that kind of a drive. We need to have that kind of a power. Absolutely nothing wrong with it. Great. It's accelerating. But that is not the end of the story. Believe me, you might have money. You might have everything in life. But if you are the only one who is going to enjoy it, it's not fun. But the day you share, the day you care, the day you mingle and you let it go, that's when the true thing comes. Let's go to the next slide. I guess this will show you all of it. Anyone would like to take a small break? Let's take a note. What's this all about? Small. Yes.
So the first picture actually it's a famous picture. That person also after the picture he committed suicide, and we all know that situation.
All right, so it's perfectly correct. The reason I stopped you was this that Kevin Carter, he has lived only for 34 years. Kevin Carter and a group of friends, they are photojournalists, they went and took this world famous picture. You can see here that the Sudanese boy, and there's this vulture, is kind of waiting for the boy to die so that he can have his food. The Sudanese boy, if you see, he's having a bracelet. The bracelet is that UN people have given a put it on him so that he is being declared as malnourished and he was on his way to the UN center. But these 4 people who were sitting and watching, trying to take the perfect photograph, assuming that they get all the prizes, all the recognition, forgot the basic thing which someone should be doing, which is to take care of the boy. None of them had that thought that they should do, but they came up with some very fantastic arguments. They said it might have some contagious disease, it might get spread to me. But these are the very thoughts which made him commit suicide just after 2 months of getting that prize. This picture was a hit. He became popular, but what was the fun of having all the money or all the recognition if you are not able to enjoy? When these thoughts of guilt comes into you, it is let me go on to the same place. All right, so I think we have heard my brother again talking about wish. I think he had a shared wife, he had shared a wife probably that we came on the same topic. If you see, desire, it is something someone wishes or something someone wants for. Merriam-Webster says that there are like 185 synonyms for the word desire, and we believe 185. The human, we have got different kind of desires, 185 in Vedic reference, we chant something called as Chamakam, and in the Chamakam, it is officially registered 144 desires. So if you want to pray and ask for something, just say Chamakam, you don't have to say anything else. Everything is all inclusive prayer is that prayer. Someone has done the homework and it is there in that. But imagine having 184 synonyms for one word. But some words which I really like is like something called as thirst, something called as earth, something called as yearn. And if you see the Sanskrit equivalent of it, it's something called as karma. I don't want to go into detail, but I think I got my message through. And we go on to the next one. All right. And I think this is where I need to start the topic now. I'll probably give you all a minute. Is it good to have desires? And please speak up.
Yes.
How much?
As much as a person can get hold of.
Enough to keep you alive.
One minute.
As much as a person can hold on to.
Is there any yardstick?
There has to be.
I like it. There has to be. Anyone else would like to add to?
Enough to keep you alive. But if you don't have any desire, what is the point of life?
Oh, no. You're coming to what I was saying, but it's kind of missed. The second part was what? Something to keep you moving on. Good. I think that's what I was trying to make a point. When you read any self-help books, it says that you need to do this. If you take Muhammad Ali, it said that you work out so much that you don't feel any pain. And what did he have? He had Parkinson's disease. Shane Warne, one of the best cricketers, 52, he's younger to me, very sick. I can go give you, I'm not saying that it's wrong to be Shane Warne or Muhammad Ali, but I think somewhere we are missing a very, very important point. And that's where we need to really focus on. Nothing wrong in having desires. Let me make it very clear. We should have desires. But what would I would probably suggest or what I would probably insist is that have a ceiling on desires. That's the ultimate thing that I was talking about joy, pleasure, and bliss. Now, if you don't have this ceiling, you'll always be in that pleasure mode. Binge watching, I'm sure I have done so. I watched Friends extensively, season 1 to season 11. I'm always on that. Don't judge me now. It's nothing, everything is doing something or not. There are other things that trust. So we need to put a full stop on that, or we need to put a checkpoint on that. Now there are some examples which I heard for the first time, and it has stayed with me all my life. The first example which I heard and which I really genuinely like is that just because I have enough money or more money, I can't be wearing a size 12 shoe. My size is size 10. Is it really feasible? Or just because I have less money, do you think I can wear size 8? I need exactly size 10. The human body, if you take your ears, you can listen up to 0 to 110, 120, or 130 tops, not more than that. Eyes, you can look up to a certain edition. 100, you can't be watching 100, right? So is the case of, in fact, if you see, our life is limited. But if you see our desires, Unlimited. And in this, limited life, we try to achieve that unlimited desires. And I was once invited to Dr. Shanti Recha's speech sessions with the kids. And I saw many of the teenagers, they were coming and talking, quick talks. And most of them were saying that, look, I will become big and then I will start making money. And then I will do something for the society. Man, it looked awful. If someone is doing that, to me, that's the most detestable thing someone can do. It's like this, that, I have something extra halas. No, that's not what I am promoting, and that's not what I'm asking. When we talk to you about saving desires, all these 5 ethics, food, time, money, energy, nature, let's take a classic example of time, and time should be one for. Now, binge watch, I can be the culprit once more. I can spend my time binge watching Friends series, or I can take classes for kids. I'm sure my sister, my cousin will watch that. I do my job pretty sincerely, go there, talk product, and also Sai Vasanthi is another one culprit. That list also don't count. But can you ever deny that I have our friends, my commitment? When I say I promise that I'll be there at 10 o'clock, I'm always there. All my weekends, for all these years, I mean, close to almost about 10 years now. And ever since it became online, I have been like on a road, literally on a road. But I have no complaints. I feel really blessed that someone chose me for this particular service, and I am doing it wholeheartedly. I'm not complaining. I'm just trying to inspire you that if you have that extra minute, please, or if you can save that extra minute somewhere, make that call to someone who you have not made for ages. Believe me, people are waiting to tell you. When I go online and I attend online meetings and I talk to people, there are so many people, they're so lost, they're so worried, they are looking for a good listener. I was telling you how I wish to be a good listener. There are not many people to listen. I have this huge problem. When I try to open with any of my friends, the moment I open a topic, he has 10 points to say. It just doesn't allow me to complete. Thankfully, Toastmasters does a better job. I have an audience here. At least I can post or willingly you come and listen to me. And I think that's where you have a beautiful opportunity to serve. Coming to money, we can always have X amount of money, you can always spend X amount of money. But the challenge is that you control some of your habits and you save some amount, and that amount to do charity, that's real charity. And that's where you really enjoy, and that's where you get that bliss. And once you have a taste of the bliss, believe me, that's like nothing else will really appeal you. You are in that zone where probably the entire purpose of the human mankind is to reach only that zone. The sooner you reach, the better it will be. Third point, which I would like to make. You went to the next slide. Let's go to this energy part, which is loosely translated or equivalent to excessive talk. Man, we talk a lot. You guys agree, or am I getting a bit overboard? We do talk a lot. And that's why I said we need to just improve our listening skills. We are very poor. I've seen many places where I'm like in a very tough zone, and I would like to have a listening ear. He is more concerned to talk about his insecurity. And I have to play the role of a good godfather. Oh, you get that something, and I know life is like this, it will happen like that. No one to listen to my story. And I'm sure you will agree with me that this is a genuine problem faced with everyone now. With pandemic on, where people are not able to go out, if you make a call, to any of your friends, I'm sure they'll be dying to hear you. So that's what I want to talk about this. I spoke about food, I spoke about money, I spoke about time. I didn't talk about, I spoke about time also, not about food. And of course, nature is abused, misuse. I don't have to talk much, you guys are very sharp about it. So, how are we on time, by the way?
16 minutes.
Great. I'm open for any questions. Go ahead.
How sure are you about what you do?
I'm 101% sure. Challenge me.
Okay, that is maybe true in your case. How can you be certain that it should be true in someone else's?
I asked this question, what is tears of joy in an online session? Nobody could answer. Probably people have not experienced it. Or if they have really experienced, they have not able to slot it. And I gave him an example. I said, I'm going to meet my granddaughter next month. I'll be meeting her after a year. And I see her definitely a happier self. I wanted to tell him that this is what is years of joy and this is what this is all about. Probably, I think the guy, when we were talking, he thought that bliss has got something to do with religion, which I'm not supposed to talk, please excuse me. But it is not. It is something which you feel from your heart. I can give you a couple of examples. I was there in getting my car washed, and there are about 15 people working in the hot sun. I ordered one of the guys to go and buy that non-alcoholic Budweiser beer, and he distributed to everyone. There was this guy who took the beer and he said, "Thank God." He didn't know that I was the one who was sponsoring the whole thing, but that he was thanking, that really made me feel very special. So that's why I keep telling you that you don't have to have millions and then go about making someone peaceful. No, you just need to have that particular thought that, yeah, that guy needs a particular care, and you can go about doing the job. Was I convincing?
Let others speak.
Yeah, please, challenge me. Yes.
You talk about desire, actually, desires. Actually, you got any inspiration from Gautam Kaskanka? Because actually, when I
See, we are not supposed to talk about religion, we are not supposed to talk about politics. But once the meeting gets over, I can tell you I'm a follower of.
When you discuss about that desire, actually, it is we are. When I taught in the class, it was like that we are not satisfied what we actually have, and we are trying to get more and more in our life. Actually, what we have, we are not satisfied. Such a way you just like the topic like desire. Like desire means we are not happy whatever what we are having. So that's why I raised the question. Are you?
Once the class gets over, come. Please meet me after class. I wanted to tell you. I told once. But yeah, I'm a defensive of the guru, and all these things I picked from him. So once the session gets over, but I don't believe that guru is important. It's what we learn, what we practice, and what we can do. It's like, I keep telling that if I have a beautiful dish with me, and if I try to eat it alone, I never ever enjoy. But when I share it with my friends, believe the taste is excellent. I'm really pretty lonely like here. My family is back, so and I eat alone most of the time. But when we have our meetings, and we share this food, this is from the heart. This is really a it's not about that.
About listening, why does it happen that we don't have anyone to listen or we can speak to?
See, if you ask me, as I told you in my presentation also, people are leading such an insecure life. So they talk more to get that, comfort or that assurance. Okay, what you're doing is correct. If you talk for 10 minutes to someone, if you say that I have bought a car, he'll say I have a bigger car. If you say I have bought a plot, how much square feet? 2,000, I have 3,000. So the moment he feels that he's slightly better than you, he gets that pleasure. But the moment he says, okay, whether you have a piece of land, end of the day, so this is quite for all of us, and we're not going to take anything with this, then, okay, then I waited that I thought, and that's how it should be. And I feel that today's world, more and more people are only insecure. Irrespective of all the things they have, good health, good wealth, still they look out for that small assurance from some XYZ, and then they feel, yes, but we are looking at the wrong place. Yes, President, anyone? Yes, I'm always for the students. No, so
how you found this path?
Yeah, see, if you have to preach, you have to practice first. I can't talk convincingly if I'm not convinced first. And the people who know me well, they know that I believe in this. And I truly believe in this. It's not that I'm saying just for the sake of getting the best price to it. No, I really mean it. And it is something which I have really tasted. As I said, if you take a 5-year-old.
My question was how actually you came to the path of realizing this thing.
Yeah, I told you I can't name my guru. So we keep in constant touch, we keep learning, we keep talking, we keep discussing, and then we practice. And once I'm sure, I open up and I'm ready to take any of this. But I was just telling this that, if you see a 5 rupee note, it will be good. The moment you see 50, 500, 5,000, and bliss is something like that. The day you have tasted bliss, all your pleasure or your happiness will go second. And that's what your target should be. So when I said the richest man is one who has absolutely no desires, I couldn't. The day, see, when I say no desires, you take up all the pressure of it. Whether you get it or you don't get it, you are relaxed. You just go about doing your work. And okay, if you come for that, good. If not, one fine day to that. Okay, guys. All the best.
But every aspirant who is going to be a Toastmaster or the guest, I believe this is how a last speech should be. So Toastmasters, we come to the end of the prepared speech. Can I have the timer's report, please?
Yeah, just a second. Yes. Toastmaster Sushil took 4 minutes 53 seconds. Toastmaster Anjali Sri Kumar took 7 minutes 10 seconds. And Idiom Arun took 22 minutes. So all of it.
So be it talking about my dream of Toastmaster Sushil, or be it talking about the music of Toastmaster Anjali, or be it talking about the singing on Desires by Toastmaster Arun, I think we now need to get back to the theme of the day. Good. Shedding some light on the theme of the day, again, last time we talked about brands, if you remember. But that is not the only one that crashed in on the how I wish part. You see, way before brands, wishing wells were considered in use in Europe to attract tourists. People could drop a coin into the fountain and have their wish come true. I mean, how many of you have thrown a coin in the river and made a wish? Maybe through a train traveling over the road. All right. So plenty of us. And similarly, you may be surprised to know that even in 2016, the Trevi Fountain in Rome collected 3,000 euros in a single day. Put it in perspective, that is 25 lakh rupees in a single day of just coins. You see how many people are waiting to have that how I wish get fulfilled? On the other hand, intelligent restaurants in America came up with the fortune cookies that had a chip inside it with some good luck wishes. Anyways, it's now I send these fortune cookies to our audience because Toastmaster Libby James is ready for the impromptu speaking session called the Table Topics. Toastmaster Libby is ready, is a social studies teacher for second section at IIS Jubail, who loves to groom around music, take care of pets, do gardening, and support the needy ones. Her how I wish is to spend more time with needy fellow beings. Her how I wish is to spend more time with the needy fellow beings. Table Topic Master Toastmaster Libby James.
Thank you, Toastmaster Libby, for this wonderful and extraordinary introduction. Here, my role as a table topic master is to prepare a set of questions, set of topics, table topics for tonight, for the impromptu speech session. I wish it would be here to explain to you all. So first of all, I would like to request a timer to please tell the timing for the table topic session for each speaker.
For the table topics?
Yeah.
The timing is 1 to 2 minutes. And, the 30 seconds would be allowed additionally on the upper side, after which they will be disqualified.
Thank you. Are you ready?
Absolutely.
I would like to request a senior, an experienced, and he is going to participate in the program like the next level competition. I would like to request Toastmaster Rahul Agarwal. Please come on stage. Toastmaster Rahul Agarwal. He got a topic. Who or what do you think of when you think of love?
Which number?
Once again, I'll repeat. Who or what do you think of when you think of love? Toastmaster Rahul.
Dear Toastmasters and guests, good evening. Good evening. When the word love comes across me, when I see it somewhere written, when I hear it from someone, the first thing, the first person who comes in my mind is none other than my mother. I truly believe that God cannot reach to everyone. That's why He has created mother. It is truly said that one finds eternal bliss, heaven, in the feet of his or her mother. Whenever I feel anxiety or I feel anxiety, I feel depressed, I feel tense, I feel stressed, I just think about my mom. Sometimes I call her, and it's the energy that she imparts on me that keeps me going on through tough times, through challenges, and leads me, shows me the right path. I truly believe that mother is the creator of this nature. And for me, she is the true representative of the word love. Thank you, and over to you.
Toastmaster Rahul Agarwal.
TT Master, sorry for interruption. Can the Zoom Master display the topic? I couldn't see the topic for the first speaker. I am the TT evaluator.
You need to tell the number. Which number? Okay. Now number 2. Okay.
The last topic.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I would like to welcome another person, one of my best friends. Toastmaster Vasanthi. Please come on.
Vasanthi.
No, you don't need it.
Here is your copy. Please make sure. Vasanthi, your copy. Are you happy with yourself? Once again, I'll repeat the topic. Are you happy with yourself? Toastmaster Vasanthi side.
Dear Toastmasters, very good evening. Yes, I am very happy myself. If I am not happy, how can I spread happiness to the other people? Leave about the other people. How can I spread happiness in my own family? Whenever my kids see my sad face all the time, do they find happiness in their life? No, I should be an example to my kids and the next generations. Being a teacher, I should be happy, even though in myself, if I am happy or not, but I should be happy. On my face, I should show and spread the happiness. But right now, I'm really not happy. I'm happy. Thank you. I am I'm the most happiest person.
Yeah.
Thank you. Now, I would like to invite one of my colleagues. He is also working with me in the same, we are sharing the same staff room. The Toastmaster Imon. Actually, we are spelling actually I-M-A-N, and she told like, don't pronounce it Iman, because actually in our area, A is not there, everything is O. So I-M-A-N also you have to pronounce Imon. When Archana, then Archana you have to pronounce. Please take it, please.
Bengal.
Yeah. Please come. Happy welcome. Am I audible to you all?
Very
Yes.
good.
Okay, thank you. On your topic, what is the meaning of peace to you? I repeat, what is the meaning of peace to you? Toastmaster Imon.
Good evening, one and all. Today my topic that I've given to me is that what is the meaning of peace to me? Now that we have got a wonderful speech by our esteemed Toastmaster, Mr. Arun Vasim, we all got to know what is bliss. For me, peace is nothing but bliss. To have bliss in your heart, that means you have achieved something that is not only good for you, but also good for others. That is either a way to show love or to show compassion, show empathy or sympathy in any of the ways. If you are spreading your good nature, if you are exhilarating others to do something good, and if you are happy with yourself, you will be happy with everybody. And everybody will get the bliss whenever, see, if you are giving the good news, and if you are, the messenger of some good message to someone else, that person will deliberately be happy. Like it will come automatically. If you are the messenger of nice things, the moment the person is seeing you, he or she will feel happy inside. So that is peace, love. Love for me is equal to peace, equal to respect, equal to bliss, equal to empathy, and equal to sympathy. That is equal to power. Thank you.
So our next participant in this table topics contest no, we are it's not a contest, don't feel and think in such a way. So that's my mistake anyway. Okay, I would like to request Toastmaster Reggie Kurian. And we all know that. We invite you. Take this. Your topic is what gets you excited about life? I repeat, what gets you excited about life?
Okay. Thank you for inviting me. Good evening, all of you. Good evening. As only I'm just coordinating all the events here. Okay. The things I'm here, the reason I'm here, because I was coordinating with Mr. Parish, the event regarding the Toastmasters event. Okay. Then I got some motivation from him and I shared some my previous college days videos with him. So the moment I shared the videos with him, he started motivating me. So it stands to some other level, and now I am here at this stage. So you can imagine what has happened on the behind the scenes. Okay. So I'm not confident to talk on the subject to me. This is my first stage. Even I'm in childhood. My mother inspired me to go to the stage and sing a song. Just before that, I started my stage career. Okay. Then my life went to another level. From childhood, I started learning pure Carnatic music. I learned more than 16 years. Okay. And lives will bring us to different ways. And I struggled like anything. But I lost that career, singing career. I turned to some other field, and this is actually, this hospitality industry is not my field. I came from construction industry to hospitality. Okay. Now I'm just coordinating the events, and inspired by Shivdas sir, Anit sir, and Shibu sir and Manoj sir. Shibu sir, I know him very long back because we have some personal relationship also. And thank you so much for sharing this stage with me. Thank you. Thanks very much.
So I would like to invite another person who is there attending the meeting through online. Toastmaster Ravish Malpani. Are you available? Toastmaster Ravish?
Yeah, I'm available.
So, please display topic number 5. Toastmaster Ravish, your topic, how would you describe your future in 3 words? Toastmaster Ravish, how would you describe your future in 3 words?
Good evening, Tabletop Master, fellow Toastmasters, and dear guests. Yes, how I would describe myself in the 3 words. I will simply say, as I believe in the motto, be happy always. Because that is what my goal I always look for in whatever I do, wherever I go, whomsoever I meet. Be happy always. And I'll try to maintain this till the last of man. And this is I have been striving for, practicing for. Not only have to happiness with me, but also to share the happiness with others in all the deeds I do. So I like to describe my future is be happy always. Thank you, and over to you, Tabletop Master.
Well done. And the last one more word. Okay. So I would like to invite Postmaster Arun. Please come on stage. Sir, your topic, what is your biggest regret? I repeat, what is your biggest regret? Toastmaster Arun.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters, once again. Well, when I had finished my graduation, I got married immediately, almost the very next year. That's not the regret part. The regret part was that I didn't do my masters. It's something which has always been, kind of eating me. And I did it. I regret. I wish, I had spent a couple of years or a year, got my masters, and that would have given me immense satisfaction. Till date, whenever I look back, I wish, if I had only done that, it still irritates you. But all said and done, you may have regret. Can you change anything about it, or can you do anything about it? So I let it go. There's no point in trying to spirit it. There's no point in talking about the past. But I did join this Toastmasters program. I think probably I'm one of the surviving members in Arabic Toastmasters. I'm going to complete almost like 10 years. I've given about 50, 60 speeches. So, and I think this learning process, which I have been doing for the last 10 years, each and every speech, believe me, it takes a lot of efforts. It doesn't come to you overnight. You do so much of research, you do so much of word formation. And I think I've been posting these words in the group for the last 5 years. People are learning, and I think this is where I probably try to cover up that, okay, I might not have the fancy degree, no big deal, but still I did something. Yes. I still did something useful. I didn't exactly let my time go waste. I kind of convinced myself, okay, the past is past, and then again, then my guru said that the number of degrees doesn't really matter. What you contribute, the kind of impact that you make on people, the way you touch someone's life, that matters most. I hope you agree.
Last but not the least, I'd like to invite one more person here on stage, the Toastmaster Sabu, please. Will we welcome Toastmaster Sabu? Not the least, what makes everyone smile? The topic is what makes everyone smile. Toastmaster Sabu, please.
Fellow Master, fellow Toastmasters, guests, good evening.
Good evening.
What makes everyone laugh? Sure, my hero speaks. No more than that. Because most of them are not here that speech. Because of that, you are not laughing. Those who hear that speech, laugh. So that is what a smile. So once we are looking at a person with a pleasant, blissful face, that makes everybody smile. Example, once you are going inside, suppose your teachers are, most teachers are there. I was a teacher, but now no. Once we are going inside the headmaster's room for signing, atmosphere is like that day gone. Once we go to the classroom, we will like the students' life is gone. Then students come to the house, the mother and father is like, finish, life finish. So we smile. Look others, smile. Smile makes the sharpness of our distance. Only.
An excellent week and congratulations to all speakers. Now it's time to know about the timers report. Toastmaster Nagesh Pillai.
Toastmaster Rahul Agarwal took 1 minute 40 seconds. Toastmaster Vasanti took 1 minute. Toastmaster Imon took 1 minute 40 seconds. Toastmaster Vijay Kurian took 2 minutes 10 seconds. Toastmaster Ravish took 46 seconds. Toastmaster Arun Vasan took 1 minute 57 seconds. Toastmaster Sabu Glitters took 1 minute 30 seconds. So apart from Toastmaster Ravish, all others are correct.
Okay, so thank you, Toastmaster Nagesh Pillai. Now it's I request all the Toastmasters to please cast your vote for the best table topic speaker. And I would like to request the word counter to collector. Thank you, Toastmaster Sabu Teachers. I thoroughly enjoyed the exhilarating opportunity given to me to conduct the table topic session here. I would like to thank VP Education of Arabian Toastmasters Club and President of American Arabian Toastmasters Club for this wonderful opportunity. Thank you. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
What an excellent. I'm happy right now. I'm too much happy with all the speeches. It was a really exuberant table topic session. And thank you, Toastmaster Levy, for being such a great, happy coach. So, fellow Toastmasters, remember how we talked about brands and wishing wells for the theme of the day today? But before all of this, if you could remember, it was the folklore stories that first addressed the wishful fancies of the man. You might have heard about the Arabian Nights, right? The Aladdin and the Chirag. Yeah. So the housing a genie that fulfilled 3 wishes of Aladdin. In the Indian mythology, Ramayana and Mahabharata, meditating for months led to fulfilling one's wishes straight from the gods. In fact, if we check for any mythology, we always find references to some magical being or action that fulfill man's wishes. Now, guess what? If your wish was to become a great speaker, I have an exact set of magical beings ready to help you fulfill that wish by their wise advice. Let me invite the general evaluator to introduce you to them. DTM Seema Shivu, over to you.
Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Aditya Mande, fellow Toastmasters, distinguished guests, warm good evening to you all. Good evening. I'm so blessed today to be part of this combined meeting with Arabians. How many of you want to improve your speaking skills and leadership roles? I think all we need to improve our speaking skills. Then we must learn how to give and receive benefits of evaluations, isn't it? In Toastmasters, we evaluate each other in order to gain a benefit. If evaluation is effective and beneficial, it holds benefits for speakers, the evaluators, the guests present today, the meeting, and the club itself. The skills you learn can be applied be applied in all aspects in our life. If you are in our professions, in our up-to-date life, in our family life, whatever it is. When we receive that much comments, we become more attentive and respectful listeners in each meetings. Then an effective evaluation produces results so that the speakers learn what they need to improve in their next speeches. The evaluation gives an incentive to speakers to do more speeches, isn't it? So here, this is the way we improve all the Toastmasters. They started their journey from the beginning when they reached the DTMs. Okay? All are going to this process, the evaluation procedures. So who all are benefited from this evaluation? It's a great benefit for them in their future or in their upcoming speeches. Okay, so here, today we have to evaluate a vibrant Toastmasters, the team of assignees I have, all are well experienced. Over the period of time, we have seen their growth, especially this first Toastmaster, Angela. The remaining all are very familiar for me. Then they are very familiar with Toastmasters fraternity. Today, we start with the evaluation, the first speaker. Okay, I hope all the members or the speakers are ready for today's evaluation session. So all the speakers get ready, and the Toastmasters, please be aware about this comments and the speech, all of the speech evaluations. Okay. Now, to evaluate the first speaker, we have with us a charming lady, 3rd-year law student. So here itself, we know that how much powerful she is. then very talented, who has special interest in yoga and Kathak. Isn't it? So, fellow Toastmasters, please help me welcome Madam Toastmaster Anjil Singh to evaluate level 1.
Dreams don't work unless you do. It's a quote we have heard often, and its message today was reinforced by Toastmaster Sushil Gupta, who successfully and exhilaratingly delivered his icebreaker speech titled My Dreams. Fellow Toastmasters and lovely guests, a very warm and pleasant evening. Toastmaster Sushil, you started off with a bang. Your introduction was filled with humor, and it instantly grabbed the audience's attention as well as mine. So humor is something you generally don't expect in an icebreaker speech, and for that, I greatly commend you. Your transition from the introduction of the speech to the body of the speech was seamless. So in the body of your speech, you had a common thread, and you talked about your college, you introduced yourself and your family, and how you dreamed about becoming a millionaire, which most of us do. So I think your speech was very relatable and very fun and very lighthearted. You talked about your job situation and how you always strived for a better job and how your dream was always to reach a higher place and to always be better, which was also pretty motivating to hear. And then you talked about your marriage and how your goals and your dreams changed as you transitioned into marriage. And I think a lot of people here can relate to that. So kudos to you. Your speech was very lighthearted and heartwarming, and then you talked about how you came to Saudi and how you eventually ended up here in Toastmasters. So I think for an icebreaker speech, you did an excellent job. You introduced yourself very well, and you gave us a very easy to understand story about your whole life, like how you pursued engineering, how you went into marriage, and then eventually came here. I think your speech was very graceful, and you have met all the objectives. You had good command on your body language, you had splendid clarity in your speech, and you had constant eye contact and engagement with the audience. You already have all the qualities of a great speaker. However, there is always room for improvement, and I have 2 recommendations to make. First is to work on the pacing, and I think it's a huge stage. So the movement should be purposeful. Like you can start your introduction in the front, then move, as you're moving to the body, you can move a little bit. So the movement has to be purposeful. And second recommendation is the conclusion. Your speech was very well crafted. And I think where it lacked was that the conclusion was a little bit abrupt. I think that can be worked on. Overall, your speech was amazing, and I congratulate you on your stellar performance.
Madam Toastmaster Anjil Singh. That was indeed a valuable evaluation, and I'm sure that Toastmaster Sushil Gupta can get all the benefits of it. Okay, thank you. We give a round of applause. Evaluate our second speaker today. We have with us our dearest president, the emotional intelligence, one of the best sessions recently we had, what is in Periyar. Then fellow Toastmasters, please let me welcome DTM Harish Gordon to evaluate pathway 1, level 1, project number project 2, speech of Madam Toastmaster Anjali.
Thank you, the evaluator. Toastmaster Anjali Sigma. Toastmaster Anjali is there on the screen. Really, for a second project, I think it was something commendable. Throughout class, there was a steady pace, and the title was in my part was not announced. The title of the speech was Music Connecting Mankind. Right there, it was a rhyming title, and there is something that instantly connecting with the audience. And Toastmaster Anjali had the liberty to choose a topic that she was interested in, and that is just what she did. She said she herself was very much interested, and her father is an avid music scholar. She has gone through different aspects of music, and in the right from the very beginning, there was something that very much resonated with me. She said, in my childhood, there was no social media, and I was the one among those who had to wait for the radio or the TV to play your favorite song. And thereafter, she went into different aspects, how she narrated the situations where music lifts up our mood, especially during festival seasons. And also, she described the song of Paris that is enough to bring tears on your eyes. Having said that, this is only the second speech I'm supposed to give. Some recommendations. Toastmaster Anjali, I have two recommendations for you, to you. First one is that your screen here, your camera looked like it was not placed straight. It looked like you had kept it at an inclination that had slightly distorted your vision. So it's a minor point for improvement. Next time, please try to place it straight in front of you. And second recommendation is, in this particular project, it might not be very relevant, but you are a very good potential speaker. Therefore, I would like to give you that sort of recommendation. The speech was organized kind of something to inform. It was a series of pieces of information, but that doesn't really stay in our mind. If you could model it in the way of a storytelling, if you could describe the situation where you listen to a particular kind of speech that lifted your own mood, or where it brought someone to sort of a transformation through listening to a music, as it was there in the movie Thare Samita, that should have clicked and reminded the minds of the audience. Those are my two humble recommendations. You have done an amazing job. Keep going on this path. Looking forward to see greater speeches coming from you. All the best.
I'm sure Madam Toastmaster Anjali immensely benefited and going to apply the recommendations in your future projects. Give a round of applause to Toastmaster. Our next evaluator is the eminent leader behind the series of write-ups commemorations. Here's our YLP coordinator. You must have noticed the YLP program, which was scheduled from mid of May. So let us welcome together Toastmaster DPM Manoj Singh. He's going to evaluate Pathway 1 Level 5 project of Toastmaster work. Arun Bose.
Thank you, General Elevator. Life is limited, but these desires are unlimited. Proclaimed Toastmaster Arun Bose. General Elevator, fellow Toastmasters and guests, warm good evening to all. First of all, let me congratulate Toastmaster Arun Bose for completing the Pathway 1 in style. Today is festival season in India, especially in my country, in my place. Today is Kumbh Bharani. There is a festival going on. I'm not going to elaborate on that. Actually, I want to inform you that speech of Toastmaster Arun was a feast for all of us. There was a festival feast for all of us today. He had excelled in many areas. I want to inform you: clarity of thought, eye contact, gestures, interest of audience, content, comfort level, audience engagement, everything he has claimed. Absolutely fantastically, he has done the speech. You agree with me?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Let us give him a round of applause. The opening with a quote, then on, we were all glued to his speech, and he has engaged the audience in quite a better way, whatever he can do in an earlier speech. He has the liberty of time, so he used maximum use of it, and we all got engaged. And the topic he selected was Sitting on Desire. Fantastic topic, we all enjoyed it. He has pointed out a lot of things, including which I noticed there are 184 synonyms for desire. Fantastically, he has pointed out many things. They inform many things. He had a habit of teaching children, which he pointed out rightly that is coming from his mind. It is a blissful situation for him. Everything we enjoyed. I must say that was a speech which all are going to take. But here, while evaluating those masters, we are committed to take out something from that which he can improve upon. I personally feel that each and every great speaker usually forget in some area that is vocal variety. I personally believe that his speech level, the feast should have been much more sweeter if he should have thought of that point a little more carefully. Other than that, that was a fantastic feast, and we will expect much more such feasts from Toastmaster Arun Vasan in future. All the best to him. Over to the
Toastmaster was indeed a valuable evaluation. Then all of you give a round of applause to Toastmaster. Evaluator is an energetic director of Area 53, immediate past president of Arabian Toastmasters Club. As you all know, his area contest is going to happen on coming Friday. We wish you all the very best start. Then, fellow Toastmasters, please put your hands together and welcome Toastmaster Arun.
Thank you, General Evaluator, distinguished Toastmaster Simashibu. Zoom Master, can someone show the timer card? Online, right? Okay.
Yes.
Timer, please note, allotted time for me is, as we have 7 speakers, 3.5 minutes plus 30 seconds. Total 4 minutes. Okay. Thank you and big applause to the TT Master for giving us simple and thoughtful quotes. And congratulations to all the TT speakers for doing extremely well. And good evening to all. In general, let me talk about how to deliver a TT topic. First, in terms of contents and delivery. First, when you open your topic, you need to give introduction, then supporting points for a topic, and then a conclusion. That's very important for a TT speech. Now let me go into each speaker. First, Toastmaster Rahul. The topic given was, what do you think when you think about life? A wonderful topic, and he gave a good definition of mother. Excellent example for this topic. And he connected to the audience with the good examples that why he chose this like personal, and he had a wonderful conclusion saying that mother is everything in this world. Next, Toastmaster Vasanthi. A very simple topic. Are you happy with yourself? You opened very well, but in the middle, you took it very easily and joyfully and left in the middle. And the whole crowd enjoyed your speech, but there was a missing part in conclusion. Third, Toastmaster Iman. I'm not sure they're attending this topic, table topic for the first time, but you did extremely well. The topic given to you was, what is the meaning of peace? You talked very well, gave many examples, and I liked your conclusion, the way you equated multiple words to the single word peace. Next speaker was Toastmaster Reggie Kurian. Topic given was, what gets you excited about life? You talked very well, and you had many points to support your topic, and you had a good conclusion. Next, Toastmaster Ravish. The topic given was, how would you describe your future? In 3 words. You started off well, and you said the 3 words will be happy always. But I think the topic was talking about your future. So I'm sure you are happy even now. So you could have chosen 3 different words, and you had a conclusion. but you couldn't finish off that time. The next speaker was Toastmaster Arun Vasan. The topic given was, what is the biggest regret? We all surprised that he'll be talking about his marriage, but there was a twist. We all enjoyed that, and he had valid reasons to have this as his regret. Conclusion was fantastic. Next, Toastmasters Sabu, our humorous champion. He started off well, had good points to support his speech topic, and conclusion was very well. He says, always keep smiling so that you can be healthy. In conclusion, all speakers did well, and it was a very thoughtful topic so that people can implement in their life. Thank you, and over to General Evaluator.
For this evaluation of all the TD speakers, find out the right directions of TT. Thank you so much, sir. The Toastmasters clearly completed the first round of evaluation. May I request timer Toastmaster Rakesh Priyan, please read out the time.
Madam Toastmaster Angela took 3 minutes 6 seconds. DTM Harish took 3 minutes 25 seconds. DTM Manoj Nair took 2 minutes 58 seconds. Toastmaster Arul took 3 minutes 27 seconds. So all are qualified.
All the evaluators are qualified. I request all the members and guests, please pass your vote. Toastmaster Sabu, please select the. Now it's the time to hear from our grammarian and boardmaster, my dearest better half. Toastmaster DTM Shibu Savior, could you please come to the lectern and give your report?
I
Thank you, Madam Evaluator, for your introduction. Toastmaster of today, Mr. General Evaluator, and the Toastmasters, once again, give into allow. All the assignees for the sleep of their roles, congratulations. Today's word of the day, accelerate, was used. Most of the assignees, let me read their names, are Tiamodi, Energetic, Aditya Mantri, and Mr. Rakesh, Dr. Rakesh Pillai, Dr. Sushil Gupta, DTM Manasi Nair, DTM Arun Vasan, Toastmaster Libby James, Madam Toastmaster Imran, I think the pronunciation is right. Thank you. Madam Toastmaster Anchana Singh, is not right. And my dear Toastmaster Simash. Thank you for all the assignees for using today's word. I humbly request all of you to use this word accelerate in your future conversations. As grammarian, I carefully listened our education session. I have noticed many usages. Let me share some of them because I think the time is not short of time. The first one is sealing on desire. And life is limited. Desires are unlimited. Thank you, sir. You don't need millions to accelerate someone. That's what I thought. Most of the people are unsecured, even if they have everything. See, it's not like it's happening, even in my life. And music connecting mankind. Fortune favors the brain. Embrace the will. And when it was masters, I couldn't pick out any not so good usages because all are very professional and they all are extremely delivered. All the speeches delivered well. Hope all of you enjoyed this session. Once again, and congratulate all the assignees. Thank you.
Toastmaster Shibu Savior, we all are accelerated once again. We repeated your at home performance here as well. vigilant and attentive. All the time ready to appreciate everything. Very good. Congratulations. Then next, our accountants report. You all are waiting for the accountants reports. It's a time for fun, I think so. Now let us invite Toastmaster Ravish Malpani to announce today's account reports.
Thank you, General Evaluator. And once again, good evening to all the fellow Toastmasters. Let me first acknowledge this was really an accelerative meeting. I was expecting my sheet would get filled, but I couldn't find more even after the careful listening. So let me give with very exclamation, it was a very wonderful meeting. Well, a few of the Toastmaster Sushil Gupta, 1 crunch and 1 filler only. Toastmaster Anjali Srikumar, 3 crunch, 2 filler, 1 repeat. Toastmaster Arun Vasan, 2 crunches, 1 filler and 1 repeat. Toastmaster Angela Singh, well done, nothing I could find. Distinguished Toastmaster Harish Bhargavan, 1 crunch. Distinguished Toastmaster Manoj Nair, well, I couldn't find anything. Toastmaster Libby James, 1 crunch, 1 filler, and 1 repeat of word end. Toastmaster Sabu, 1 crunch. Toastmaster Aditya Mantri, 1 crunch and 1 filler. Toastmaster Vijay Kurian, if I'm right spelling, Vijay Kurian, 2 crunches and 2 fillers. Distinguished Toastmaster Shivu Zarier, perfect, nothing I could find. Toastmaster Arul Sankar, still nothing I could find. Miss Imon, 2 crunches and 1 filler. Toastmaster Rahul Agarwal, 2 crunches. Toastmaster Vasanti, 1 crunch. And our distinguished Toastmaster Seema Shibu, 2 crunches. Thank you, and over to you, General Evaluator.
Toastmaster Ravish Malpani for the detailed report. Before moving to the final proceedings of today's meeting, let me congratulate all the speakers and designees, especially my team of evaluators. Here on the and evaluate the entire proceedings of today's meeting. I would like to congratulate the presidents of their Toastmasters Club as well as Arabian Toastmasters Club. You took a good lead and good initiative to conduct this combined meeting. I hope all the members are accelerated as much, I think. Then meeting room was set up ahead of time and meeting started a bit late, but you can say on time. And the two meetings, and especially congratulate the Zoom master. Well settled. Then guests were greeted in well-mannered. The general atmosphere of the meeting was enthusiastic and friendly. Then both of the presidential addresses were very inspiring from this Periyar Toastmasters President and Toastmaster BM Harish Bhargavan all welcome us. It doesn't matter this level of Toastmastering. We can always ready to be any assignments at any time. Very good initiative and very good inspirational speech. Thank you the leaders, the leaders. Then Tina Modi, really I'm so proud of you because you are just a great champion. Your style, your body language and gestures, everything is perfect. It's nothing to say about that. You're the number 1 because as the president announced that you're the number 1 in all the contests and all. Definitely you prove. I'm meeting you the first time. That's the first sentence itself. Yes, but deserve for that. I wish you all the very best for your next level competitions. Then the thought, wish. This wish beginning to end, he is continuing with this, keeping this thought always in each segment. Very good. Then all the signees performed well. Today's speeches were fun-filled, thought-filled, and this Toastmaster Arun Vasan sir, it's delivered a very nice speech. What I felt was
a father is taught us, is a teacher, this is teaching for us. So really great speech for us. Sushil Gupta's the first speech, icebreaker speech, but he was very confident and very bold in that virtual platform. She took the projecting seriously. I noticed that she became very serious with it. Then come on to the PT. All the topics were very good, very simple. With just a look, we can understand the topic, and all the speakers were very smart and delivered their speech their own way in excellent way. Congratulations to all the PT speakers. Then what else? The evaluators were very positive. Then they completed their evaluation speeches on time. That's a very important point. Then Master chose that apt word for today. Thank you so much. Meeting was very lively and educative. I wish all the very best for both the clubs, Periyar as well as our Indian Toastmasters Club. Overall, the meeting was fabulous. I want to say a few things. One is, I think your body forgot to announce the two speakers' speech title, right. Especially the speaker, the first speaker, he became Fabrics icebreaker speaker. So definitely we introduce his speech title is very essential, I think so. Just small that's all. Second speech speaker also, I think forget to add that one. So next time we all bother about that one. Then second one, the word master. Here I couldn't see the word displayed anywhere. So if you display the sometimes also some mistakes can happen. Try to display the word which we have for the speaker. So if I'm coming to from the back side to front, if I see that word, I'm promoted to use this word frequently. Okay, so try to consider that next time. That's all I think so. I'm sure that everything is okay. So congratulations once again.
So as rightly told by the my bad, this is my first team audit, so I didn't recognize that it was my part to introduce the topic of the speech. I'm really sorry. But continuing on the part, it was as we come to the end of the meeting, I'm sure the best part, the dinner, I'm sorry, not the dinner, the award ceremony. Here we are, and I believe, are we ready with the votes? Are we ready with the votes, sir? All right. So I now call upon for Toastmaster Sabu for the results and Toastmaster Band President for the award ceremony.
Harish, please join us. Periyar Toastmasters President.
We Toastmasters of the day and fellow Toastmasters. As far as my concern, all are winners. But today, I am the election commissioner. I should declare one winner, isn't it? Sure. So let's start from the evaluation. Can you say who is the winner? Yes, sure. Our evaluator, Toastmaster Angelina. Angela, sorry. Come, please. Now moving to the third topic. Any guess?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, Toastmaster Sam Peters. The last on the list, the national speech. So I liked 3 speeches, but as I said before, election commission, no chance to escape. So this is the first time during my Toastmasters life I saw a Toastmaster with the icebreaker speech with the humor, and the main attraction is that there is no emotion on his face. Toastmaster Sushil Gupta.
Actually, the screen is coming on your faces and eyes, you know.
Just something in this. Just close this.
Yeah. Please, back to your questions. Thank you.
That's all. Thank you. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Hearty congratulations to all the winners and all the runners. I'm sure this session gave all the participants more trust and more confidence on your pathways. I enjoyed every bit of today's session and hope you enjoyed it as well. Yes. I thank VP Education for giving this opportunity and look forward to taking more such assignments. With that note, I hand over to Madam President, Toastmasters Chief.
Thank you, Toastmaster Aditya, for conducting this wish-filling, exhilarating, enthusiastic, and a diligent meeting with today's education session. Toastmaster Aditya and his team of assignment has done a great job today.
Yes.
Please give them a big round. Now let us enter into the business session today. Our next meeting will finalize and will circulate in the group regarding the dates. And very soon the Area 53 contest is coming on this Friday. And request everyone, please do join the contest virtually, encourage and motivate all the contestants. I wish all the best luck to all the contestants, and I wish you all will bring all the laurels back to the club.
Madam President, sorry for interruption. Can I have a minute?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Thank you for that. As Area 53 Director, as our President, Madam President, Toastmaster Sheetal said, I cordially invite you all for the Area 53 contest on coming Friday, 11th March, sharply at 2:45 p.m. See you all on coming Friday, and thank you in advance for attending it. Thank you. Thank you, Madam President.
Thank you, Area 53 Director, for joining us and inviting all the fellow Toastmasters and guests for this upcoming mega event. The most awaited divisional conference is going to be conducted on the 25th and 26th of March. And I'm very much sure you all might have received the registration link. And we request all of you, please register yourself, your family members, your friends, and your guests to make this most awaited event a successful event. Now, I would like to invite DTM Harish. Okay, so is anything else to be discussed from? Having had none, I adjourn this meeting. Now, and after photograph, please enjoy delicious dinner by the Puri restaurant. Thank you.